This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for August 7th, 2024. Your daily music headlines, industry info, and everything rock. The American Music Awards have announced they're skipping 2024 as they did in 2023. CBS and Dick Clark Productions announced yesterday that the next awards ceremony will take place in May of 2025. They also announced a 2-hour broadcast titled the American Music Awards 50th Anniversary Special, set for Sunday, October 6th. Florida International University's football stadium will now be known as Pitbull Stadium. The Miami rapper announced a 5-year deal for the naming rights of FIU Stadium, which stipulates he will pay the school $1.2 million per year for the length of the agreement. He'll also be able to host 10 events per year at the stadium rent-free. According to ESPN, the deal, which has an option for 5 more years, will also require Pitbull to record a new FIU anthem, post about the school a dozen times every year, and appear at one athletics fundraising event per year. FIU Stadium opened in '95 and has a 20,000-seat capacity. Timothée Chalamet and the Bob Dylan biopic, A Complete Unknown, have been locked in for a Christmas release. Searchlight Pictures announced yesterday that the anticipated film from director James Mangold will hit theaters on December 25th. The film will see Timothée Chalamet perform Dylan's songs in a story set in New York in the early 1960s. According to a description of the screenplay by Mangold and Jay Cox, quote, an enigmatic 19-year-old from Minnesota arrives in the West Village with his guitar and a revolutionary talent, destined to change the course of American music. Journey have announced they've canceled their UK and Ireland dates on their 50th anniversary tour. The band was slated to perform its first shows on the shores in over a decade this fall. The 11-day tour in October and November has been canceled. The band saying in a statement, due to circumstances beyond the band's control, Journey's UK and Ireland tour is unfortunately canceled. Jonathan Cain and Neil Sean are back in court over expenditures, with Cain accusing Sean of spending posing a severe threat of harm to the band and its history, filing court documents on July 30th against Sean for exorbitant and wasteful spending related to the band and crew members' hotels and airfare once on tour. Henry McNamara, a New York-based venture capitalist and Forbes 30 Under 30 honoree, recently took to X to share that Snoop Dogg is supposedly getting $500,000 a day plus expenses to be in Paris to promote the Olympics from NBC. Tweeting, quote, sat next to an NBC executive at dinner, from gin and juice to a few million to be a celebrity at the Olympics. What a world, he said. Snoop arrived in Paris on Friday, July 26th, and is scheduled to provide commentary on NBC until the end of the Olympics on Sunday, August 11th. That means Snoop would allegedly cash in $8 million plus expenses for the entire 16-day span of the Paris Olympic Games. Kestrin Pantera is set to direct and star in an untitled indie film featuring a cast of comedic performers, including Weird Al Yankovic and Tia Carrere. Marking the first feature from Pantera's newly launched Pantera Pictures, dedicated to female-driven stories, the comedy watches as a one-hit wonder rock star moves her family to a picturesque town and channels her unfulfilled ambition and rage into the 5th grade science fair, where she ignites a fierce parent rivalry and starts a war. Sir Rod Stewart has announced plans for his magnificent model railway set after working on the 1,500-square-foot layout for 2 decades. The impeccably detailed layout, considered a masterpiece among enthusiasts, has taken decades to build and currently lives in the attic of his Los Angeles home. However, the 79-year-old has decided that it's time for his masterpiece to be appreciated by others as he aims to give his beloved model train set to the nation. He's confessed that he would love to give the local council in Essex, UK, the display, with proceeds going to charity. Pete Townsend says he hopes The Who returns for farewell dates before they, quote, crawl off and die. Townsend said he's envisioning another tour, but with a smaller, more tightly knit lineup. He did say, quote, Roger and I don't converse. We don't talk, so it might be difficult to land on something that we both share an interest in. But it's there for the taking, I think. Actress Julia Garner is set to play Madonna in a new biopic that was canceled and is now back on. According to Entertainment Weekly, Madonna posted a series of photos of herself with a typewriter on July 16th, with one photo showing the title page of the script called Who's That Girl? Garner was initially attached to star in the movie back in 2022, but the movie was canceled in January of 2023. Machine Gun Kelly is set to throw the first ceremonial pitch at the Cleveland Guardians home game on August 13th, which will also be known as Machine Gun Kelly Day in Cleveland. In recognition of his impact, the annual charity event serves as a celebration of unity, compassion, and community spirit. And that's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 217 featuring Slash is available now.